You're tuned in to Philly's #1 college radio station, WHIP.
That's us, Philly's #1 college radio station, WHIP. 215-204-9449 is the number if you want to call and hang with us. Zach Gelb, Chase Sr., and John Henry here with you on this beautiful Wednesday, the first day of May. And now joining us in the studio is a man that's wearing an Indianapolis Colts hat, and he just signed on with the Colts, and that's former Temple kicker Brandon McManus. Brandon, how you doing today?
Good, Zach. Thank you for having me on the show today.
Well, thank you for coming on. And I'm just wondering, have you ever taken off that Colts hat since you signed that contract with them?
No, I've showered a couple times with it. That's why I have to dry clean it. But, yeah, I've taken it off. I'm excited for my opportunity to be on the Colts team and give my chance to get my name on the roster.
So take me through this process. You don't get drafted. When's that first time you hear from the Indianapolis Colts? I know you told us 2 weeks ago at the Cherry and White game that they were showing a lot of interest in you.
I actually didn't even talk to the Colts the whole day on Saturday during the draft. My agent called me up with about 4 picks left in the draft. Indy said they're not going to take you here, but that was our #1 spot to go to because a chance to kick indoors. Adam's getting up there in age, and he doesn't kick off, so we felt that was our best opportunity for me to make a roster. So we went along with them when they called for a free agency opportunity.
Now, we were talking over the break. You're heading up there May 9th, and they have some rookie mini camps on May 10th. What do you have to do from start to finish to kind of get your name out there? I mean, I know that they already know of your capabilities. You talk about possibility of kicking off for that team, but what do you have to do to impress the Colts?
Right now, Pat McAfee, their punter, kicks off, and Adams. I think he is 40 years old now, right. So he's really focusing on field goals. But once I get up there in rookie minicamp, I've worked out for the special teams coordinator, so he knows what I can do, and I'm sure he's relayed to the front office what I could do. But hopefully, when I get in there rookie minicamp, I'm still able to impress even the special teams coordinator who came in and worked me out. That way, they like me. They said I'll be up in there, up at Indianapolis till June 20th, going through a rookie development program. And then I'll probably have a month off, and I'll have to be back, report for camp about July 21st.
You're going to be in Indianapolis doing drills with Adam Vinatieri. And we obviously know his history. He's had a phenomenal career with the New England Patriots.
3 Super Bowls, baby. And one also with the Colts.
Zach's going to be mad I'm taking the spot.
I'm happy for you.
In all seriousness, though, he's one of the greatest kickers of all time. I'm not sure if he's a guy that you idolized growing up, but how cool is it to be on the same field doing the same kicking drills as one Adam Vinatieri, who's a future Hall of Famer?
Yeah, I mean, I said the other day how our generation we looked up to Adam as he kicked. One of his best attributes is his game-winning and clutch kick ability, and that's where I like to emulate my game. As I had 4 game-winning opportunities here at Temple, and fortunate enough to make all 4. So that's where I like to emulate my game enough is in the clutch performances at the end of the game when the team needs you the most. But Adam, I think he's a future Hall of Famer. I think he's definitely going to be a tough competition for me to go up to, and hopefully I'm sure I'll learn a lot from him when I'm down there, and I think that's going to be a great attribute for me to be an understudy, and hopefully we're able to compete out there.
Have you talked to Adam yet? And if not, what do you hope to learn from one Adam Vinatieri? They call him Mr. Clutch, just like you said.
I have not talked to Adam yet. When I get down there, I definitely going to bring a notepad and pen. I would definitely want to learn a lot from him. Show me the ropes and show me how to do everything in the NFL, because it's definitely a whole new scheme and opportunity for me. I don't know how they warm up. I don't know how they do this during practice. How they serve how they save their leg during the week and stuff. So it's definitely going to be interesting and a new opportunity for me, and definitely have to learn a lot.
So you said the Colts didn't really contact you. What other teams contacted you before you heard from the Colts?
Well, I worked out for 7 teams. Colts being one of them. The Eagles, the Giants, the Patriots, the Jets, the Buccaneers, and the Dolphins. So, going in, I knew I had an opportunity to hopefully do in free agency. During the draft day, though, none of those teams talked to me. But Cincinnati Bengals called me, the Tennessee Titans called me, the Washington Redskins called me, the Kansas City Chiefs called me. So all looking for me, afterwards if I didn't get drafted, hopefully bring me in to free agency. But me and my agent sat down. We had a top 10 chart, top 5 teams we wanted to go to, and Indianapolis, where they're gonna, pay me this amount of money, or they're gonna give me a bag of Tootsie Rolls. So we were going there.
Brandon McManus joins us in studio, Philly's #1 college radio station, WHIP. And Brandon, you don't get drafted. Does that put a little bit of an extra chip on your shoulder, and does that motivate you a little bit?
I don't think it does that much. Even though there was 2 kickers and 2 punters going in the draft, I respect them, and the team's decisions to do that. But I thought I was able to get drafted. I thought I was capable. I thought I had the ability to get drafted, but they didn't see that way, and that's fine with me. No matter what, if you get drafted, you're not still secure a spot on the roster. You still have to earn the spot on the roster. So the only thing that's different is your paycheck, when you sign your signing bonus. But that doesn't matter to me. Hopefully, I'm able to make the roster, and be excited to enjoy those salary checks though.
You're a local kid. You come into Temple and you succeed for 4 years. And last season was a phenomenal season for you. You're one of the best punters and kickers in the country. How has this whole process been, signing an agent and working out for NFL teams and doing all these NFL workouts? Because that's something that a lot of kids dream about.
Yeah, definitely coming out of high school, I had fortunate enough to start all 4 years from a freshman for North Penn, which, is a powerhouse football team, which I think helped me out in the recruiting process a lot. I was able to play for a big high school that was usually fighting for the state championship, so it exposed me a little bit. And then I was able to play in the Big 33 All-Star game. After I signed with Temple, it was also helped me expose me a lot. So when I came here at Temple, I had the opportunity to battle for the job as a freshman. I was fortunate enough to win that, and my first 3 years, they were average. I'd say I was probably one of the average kickers. I always had a stronger leg, but I wasn't able to be that accurate. So I think my senior year really put me over the edge, and how well I kicked and kicked off and punted, which I was very surprised how well I punted over these past 2 years. I didn't even win first team Big East as a kicker. I won as a punter. So I think it shows a testament to my ability to to learn new things and be able to focus on one thing when I have to worry about another thing as well.
Matt Rule's the new head football coach of the Temple Owls. We talked about what he brings to this program at the Cherry and White game, but he also had a year experience in the NFL with the New York Giants. Have you talked to Matt during this whole process leading up to the draft and what you can expect in the NFL?
Yeah, as I said, Matt recruited me here. Me and him have a great relationship. I even talked to Kelvin Goodbrod Jr. He's been the receivers coach at the Giants for 3 years. So I talked to him a lot because the Giants were interested in me. Talked to the assistant GM a lot up there at the Giants. Said how much the special team coaches love me, but it just didn't work out with them. But Matt's definitely showed me the ropes. He showed me what it's going to be like, the total business feel it's like compared to at college. You're not going to class. You're in there every day. So that's focused on this business at work. So Matt's definitely helped me out, and I'm sure he'll continue to help me out if I have questions. But I think he's going to do an absolute fabulous job here at Temple. He's already got them up here early in the morning working out. Because they're trying to win the championship here.
Is that true that he had his guys up at 4 a.m.? I saw Bernard Pierce going nuts on Twitter last night.
I don't think it was 4. I think it was 6. They had 6 a.m. workouts back-to-back days,
yeah.
I think.
We're hearing great things from Matt Rule, too. You think he, it's hard to say, but you think would possibly lead us to a championship one day?
I think he's the one to do it. I think, players respect him so much because during workouts, he'll be out there working out with you in the weight room. He'll come down there yelling, screaming, bringing such energy. He's a Temple guy. Everyone knows, he's a lot of the reason all of us are here. Probably 85%. He recruited to come here. He was a recruiting coordinator here. So everyone fell in love with him for a reason. So I'm sure, the players there, I've heard they're working hard. I've actually watched the practices a lot. They're working hard. They're having fun at practice, which isn't an uptight feeling, which, could hurt you at practice. But I don't think that they're having too much fun where they're not focusing. So
right.
I think Matt's going to do a great job this year. And hopefully, down the road here sometime soon, sooner than later, we get a championship on Broad Street.
Brandon McManus joins us in studio, Philly's #1 college radio station, WHIP. And if the season was to start today, Connor Riley would be the quarterback of this team. He's #1 on the depth chart. What do you think he brings to the table for this club in the 2013 campaign?
Well, me and Connor, we were roommates at one time a year ago. So, I've seen his Coach Adazio, didn't really fit his scheme. Coach Adazio liked to run the ball, run the read option, and Matt's coming in here and wants to throw the ball a little more, a little Tom Coughlin type offense. So I think Connor, sat in here. He went and played baseball. He had the opportunity to play baseball. He did well for them. So when he came back here and now they're throwing the ball, Connor definitely has a great arm, and he's able to sling it into tight places where other quarterbacks might not be able to. Chris, I thought did a great job. He has experience over him. He's played in front of Penn State, 100,000 people. So I think that's the biggest notch on Connor's shoulders is probably what's he going to do when he gets in front of a big crowd. But I think he has done well for himself at the spring game. He did great. Over practice, he's done great. So, hopefully he keeps this going.
We've seen Chris Coyer get out on the run. He can definitely run the football. Yeah. He's gotten out and knocked some guys on their butts blocking
Villanova
for his wide receivers and running backs and tight ends. He's make that switch to tight end. He obviously caught a couple touchdown passes in that Cherry and White game. He's got the size to be a tight end.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a good transition for him?
Yeah, I think H-back is a great position for him. And give him a chance in fullback. If he's blocking, I think he weighs probably 235 almost. So he's a big dude. So and he's one of the fastest guys on the team. So he'll be able to run away from people if he needs to. So getting him out of the backfield, whether he's throwing it to the flats, he's running these post routes and stuff over the middle. I think the linebackers will have a tough time covering him. As well as even we could see trickery. Put Connor out there at wide receiver and put Chris at quarterback and now run the old read option plays. So it's definitely going to give us an extra advantage, I think, having almost two quarterbacks who have played games in the game at the same time.
Yeah, now Coach Rule moves Coyer from quarterback to H-back. He also moved Cody Booth from tight end to the offensive line. How important and how cool is it to see Matt Rule? He was with the New York Giants. He's preparing these guys to possibly succeed in the NFL and in professional football.
Yeah, definitely. He said, I watched his interview about Cody. Cody's one of my best friends. I've been a roommate for 3 years, and, I've really enjoyed my time with him. But, he's not the fastest player. He's got absolutely fabulous hands at tight end. As you saw the Rutgers game, he made that great touchdown catch. But, he's not the fastest guy. So, he has a body frame. He was a slender 260 pounds at tight end. Now Rule wants to put some weight on him to get an offensive tackle.
You know what he's up to now?
I think he's at 282.
Okay.
So he's put on weight.
You guys must have no food in your dorm or wherever you guys live these days. You must have no food. Cody must be eating all of it.
He must be. No, but it's very funny. I joke around with him all the time. He came in at 215 pounds.
And he's up to 280.
As freshman, he's at 282.
Wow.
If you looked at his, look back in his day at his Facebook pictures, he might look like he's 185 pounds.
I'd like to see his out card from his orientation as a freshman.
Yeah. But I think that's going to be a great position for him coming in the future. I think that was definitely a good move for him for this season because we need an offensive lineman as well as, him moving down the road and hopefully get a chance to play in the NFL.
Brandon McManus joins us in studio. A few more questions with him. Let's just get back to the Colts here real quick. 2 years ago, this team was the worst team in the NFL. Then they get Andrew Luck, and they turn everything around this year. And they were one of the best stories of the league last year with what happened with Chuck Pagano and his battle with cancer. Bruce Arians, a Temple guy, comes in there, eventually gets a job now with the Arizona Cardinals. But this team is young. They look like they're a fun bunch to play with, and this just has to be an exciting feeling as a player trying to make that roster.
It definitely is. I think, they came up through an emotional time last year with Chuck, his battle through cancer. And I think Bruce Arians stepped in and did a great job and helped them channel their anger and, their emotions and be able to put that on the field. So I think Andrew Luck, there's not much to say about him. He came in a rookie, did a great job. He's definitely going to be a stellar quarterback in the future. And I think, he has the capabilities to win a couple division titles and get us to the AFC championships and then the Super Bowl down there. So I think, there's a young team down there. I still think that they're getting on their way, and I think Coach Pagano is going to help them out and bring us along to a championship sometime.
And like we mentioned, your clutch, Adam Vinatieri's clutch. There's a lot of clutch players on that team, Andrew Luck also being one of them. But you've had some clutch kicks here this year, especially that UConn game stands out. Just take me through that kicker standpoint when you're going on the field and you have an opportunity to nail down a game-winning field goal.
Before I run out on the field, I don't really like to talk to anybody, whether it's this, that. I don't like to talk to anybody just because I want to keep my focus on everything. So, I'm sitting on the sideline. I like to stay behind the ball where the ball's going to be snapped. That way I can run at it and look at the uprights, where I want to aim. So I'm running out there in the field. You got to focus on everything, it's probably not going to be the best snap as it was in Villanova's sophomore year when Vaughn Charlton did a great job to get it down. It's not going to be the best hold. So, you just really have to focus on your technique that's going to happen. So it's not only a pressure situation for the kicker, it's also a pressure situation for the snapper and holder. And so running out on the field, you definitely have to be focused, and it's definitely an opportunity for you. Kickers don't get that much love, from the fans or the team. So that's definitely a great opportunity for you to, get one up on the other players and be liked a little bit more. So I always like that clutch performance. I think that's when I kick my best. I kick my best field goals is in those clutch performances. So I always enjoyed that opportunity to win the game.
Which is also it's BS that kickers don't get enough credit. And I'm going to be honest with you. You look at the last few Super Bowls. The Giants, they've had some clutch punts. The Patriots, when they were winning with Vinatieri, he had 2 game-winning kicks, and he had that 22-yarder against the Eagles as well that helped them get the victory. Mm-hmm. And the kickers don't get enough credit. And I believe that kickers should be in the Hall of Fame. And I would have to imagine when you look at Adam or even possibly like a guy like Ray Guy, those guys deserve a spot in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I can't believe Ray Guy's still not in.
It's a joke.
Yeah, I can't believe it. What he's done to transition. He used to hit the domes. The ceilings in the dome. So I mean, that's unreal. But I think Shane Leckler, who followed him as well, should be in the Hall of Fame eventually. So Adam Vinatieri with all his game-winning clutch kicks, definitely should slot himself for an NFL Hall of Fame ballot. But kickers, for some reason, they don't get that much love. Some people say it's not a real football position, this and that. But anytime that a returner breaks it on the kickoff, I'm going to be there to put him on his butt. So, that's what I like to do the most.
Yeah, speaking about that, a lot of kickers hit up the NFL Combine. They go through all these NFL workouts, and they strictly kick. You were running the 40-yard dash and doing some of these other workouts. You're obviously a lot bigger than a lot of these other kickers. How important was it for you personally to show that you are more than just a kicker and a punter, and you're actually a pretty athletic kid?
Yeah, I think if I come in, I'll be the tallest kicker in the NFL at 6'4". So usually that's a punter height. But
you ready to chase down some of these returners?
Yeah, exactly. So I wanted to run all the competitions, all the 40s, the shuttle, the 3-cone, do the bench press. I did. I wanted to do that to show my athleticism to teams. I think that's only going to help you. If you don't do it, I don't think it hurts you. But if I did it, I think it helped me a little bit. So every time I was running a competition, there was a scout there making fun of me or something for doing all the. They've never seen a kicker do all the runs, drills. So it definitely shows a testament to my competitiveness, and I always want to go out there and compete with not only my position but other positions as well.
What was your 40 time?
4.80. So
good.
luckily it was
how many of your teammates do you think you could beat?
Faster than Manti Te'o's.
Yeah, and you don't have a fake girlfriend either. But how many players on your team of the Temple Owls do you think you could beat in a 40? Do you think you could beat Coach? Do you think you could beat some of those linemen? I would have to imagine you could beat a lot of them.
Oh, yeah, linemen. Martin Wallace ran a 5.3, which I know was pretty good for him.
That.
So, it's always different, running a 40-yard dash and running right next to somebody, and you always have a game speed different than others. But my 3-cone drill was probably the best. I was third on the team behind Maurice Jones, Matt Brown. So I beat Montel and a bunch of other guys. So that's a testament to my agility, and I'm trying to compete against these guys and show that I'm an athlete as well.
Well, Brandon, we appreciate the time today, and I'll tell you this: you've been very kind to us over this past year. I'm a little bit upset that you didn't bring some Indianapolis Colts hats in for us today in the studio, but
my sister only bought 4.
Yeah,
so.
It's fine. I'll keep on rocking my Patriot hat. But best of luck in the NFL. We really appreciate you coming on, and don't be a stranger. We'd love to have you on next year, right before the Notre Dame game.
Thanks, Zach. Appreciate you very much.
Brandon McManus right there in studio. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back right after these short messages.
WHIP Sports Block, weekdays 11 to 3, featuring
Temple Sports Hour from 11 to 12, Stadium Talk from 12 to 2, Temple Talks Philly from 2 to 3.
From the WHIP Weather Center, I'm Marnice Davis. Today, our midweek temperatures will reach a high of 70 degrees with mostly sunny skies. For this evening, temperatures will drop to 57 degrees with a possible chance of rain. And for your Thursday, expect the same conditions as today, low 70s with sunny skies. Friday, we slightly decline in temperatures to 63 degrees, but this weekend is looking good with temperatures again in the low 70s. That's your weather report for now. I'm Marnice Davis, and make sure you check back for your evening updates right here on WHIP.